This is Marta from Thermomix and welcome to Back to Basics with Marta. Today I'm gonna be teaching you how to do a bread, real basic bread with your Thermomix. All you'll need is water, yeast, flour, and a little bit of salt, and of course your Thermomix. So I'll be using a recipe we've been using in our family since we got the Thermomix, I think 12 years ago. So let's get started. I got my ingredients here. This is yeast that I usually buy in bulk and keep in the fridge. This is some flour. This is some salt and water right here. Okay, so we'll start with opening the Thermomix. We're not using a guided recipe because this is a recipe that we've been using for a long time. We saw it in a book once and we all memorized it, so we all can do this bread at home. So let's start by putting in 350 grams of water. And the beauty of the Thermomix is that it will weigh the water for you. So I'm gonna press on scales, and then this is my scale here on the Thermomix. It's marked 0. I'm just gonna pour the water until I reach 350 grams, more or less, right? Okay, 362. I think we're okay, we're safe. So now what we need to add is 2 teaspoons of yeast. So I have my teaspoon here, my yeast that I keep in the fridge. 1, 2. And for now, that's it. We're gonna close it, and now we're gonna activate the yeast in the water by setting our Thermomix for 2 minutes, 37 degrees centigrade, speed 2. And I'll be back in 2 minutes. Okay, so we're 10 seconds away from the 2 minutes. And in those 2 minutes, I just cleared everything. So I put the water away and the yeast away, cleaned everything. There wasn't that much to clean anyway, just putting things away. And I got ready for the next step. I got my salt and I got my flour. And the Thermomix has a countdown. You hear that? It means it's done with the 2 minutes. So I now just press this button to stop the noise. The lid is open. I open it and I add 1 teaspoon of salt. So this is our recipe. There you go. Next, 500 grams of flour. So swipe left, my scale's up here, 0. So now here I go, just directly in the bowl where the warm yeast is with the water and the salt. And I keep pouring, halfway through, almost there, 400. Yeah. Okay, 499. Oh my God, we're so close. Okay. And what's next? Let's see. Lid on, close the scale, press the dough function. So this is what's gonna knead the dough. Set it for 2 minutes. Dough, turn it on. 2 more minutes. And in the meantime, I'll just put this away. And as you can see, my counter is clear. I'll be back. Almost done with kneading the dough. Magical noise, it's done. Let's see what we have inside. Perfect dough for bread. Look at that. Nice and elastic. Okay. So the next step is actually to let it rest. You can let it rest in a bowl coated with some olive oil and cling wrap on top, or I just let it rest in here in the Thermomix as well, because you can do that as well. You don't have to use a separate. And then again, clean counter, no mess, no extra utensils. I'll be back in an hour because it needs to rise for an hour. To take it out, put it in the oven. Okay, see you soon. All right, so now I'm back after 1 hour. We had the dough rising in the Thermomix. I'm gonna open it. Yeah, see that? Bring it closer so you can see the dough has risen. And now I'm going to take out the dough from the mixing bowl directly into a bread pan. So what do I do? Get my flour. I want to dip my spatula in there to be coated so that it can help me just remove the dough from the sides of the mixing bowl. Do it like that. Pull it all the way down. All the way down, like that. See? All the way down. Then I get my bread pan. So this is a silicone bread pan. You can buy this almost anywhere. I actually brought it from Portugal, but I actually had to I give it as a present to a couple of my customers. So I did also find it here in the US on Amazon. So it's just a silicone, but you can also use a regular bread pan. Doesn't make a difference, except in the shape, of course. The silicone just makes a nice shape. So I'm gonna put some flour in there just to coat it. So a little bit of flour, and I turn it like this with my hand. Okay, nice, coated with flour. So we're gonna put the dough inside the silicone. You can just twist the knob, or if it's a little bit too hard, you just open like this and the dough will fall along with the blade. You take out the blade, you use your spatula to take whatever. Never put your fingers on the blade, you know, it's very, very sharp. Okay, so I just turn the dough a little bit like this, and then what I love to do is just sprinkle it generously with more flour, and it's gonna look like that. Okay, so I'm gonna pop it in the oven. I heat it up to 450 Fahrenheit. It's gonna be in the oven for about 1 hour. If you like your bread crispy, really, you know, with a thick crust, you can put your oven up to 500 Fahrenheit and reduce the time by 15 minutes, so around 45 minutes, 500 Fahrenheit. Play around and do this bread. We do it daily, so sometimes we do it a little bit fluffier on the outside, sometimes a little bit with a thicker crust. It depends. So I'm gonna pop this in the oven, and I'll be back in an hour to show you the end result. You're gonna love it. Alrighty, so 1 hour has passed, and I have taken my bread out of the oven. I just want you to take a look. So this is what it looks like, and I'm gonna take it out and use this mesh to leave it out and to cool a little bit before I cut it. Okay, so I just take it out of the silicone mold, and you can see how it looks like. Beautiful bread, huh? Looks like out of a bakery store, right? So I'm just gonna leave it here for, I don't know, 20 minutes more or less, so it cools down, so we can cut it in slices so you can see how it is inside. Okay, and hear the crunch. See you soon. All right, we're back, and I have my son Diogo here because he is the one that usually makes this bread, right? Yeah. And is also the one that likes to eat it nice and warm. Okay, so we have our bread here, and it's already cooled down a little bit, so it's ready to be cut. I am going to use a cutting board. Let's put this here, and here, and here is the knife. I am going to cut one slice. You like the tip of the bread, right?
Yes.
Okay. So let's cut a slice here. you a plate.
So I can butter the bread.
Butter the bread. Let's get you some butter. And a knife. Okay, let's do this. That's so that people can see, Diogo.
Yep.
Okay. Butter it well. And let us know how it tastes. Okay? How does it taste? You want to come over here?
Lovely, that's for sure.
Oh my God, you hear that crunch? How amazing is that? Okay guys, so this is how you do bread in the Thermomix. Pretty easy. Not a lot of mess, as you can see. And we have our beautiful bread here. Looks just like the store. Amazing, right? So I'm gonna put all the recipes and all the steps down below this video,